Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to not me! Not me! Bloopers, yippee! But we're having a match between Verm and Oz. This is kind of a pretty big battle, if I can't lie, because Verm is currently on the outside looking in for playoffs, while Oz almost has a pretty secured playoff run. So what we have on Verm side, it looks like it's going to be the standard Mega Delphox. Oh, did they bring the Mega Gengar as well? I can't remember if they have Mega Gengar as well, but I think they do. But again, into this core, oh, we're getting right into it. Sorry, I didn't even have enough time to really go over it. This is, I guess, why the VTC people spend like 3 minutes doing team preview while the other ones don't. But we'll just go ahead and commentate on the leads here. We're going to have Skeledirge Toxapex, a very slow but can be scary lead, and Delphox Basque on the other end. So, as far as this lead goes, it is I would say this does favor Verm. I would say this favors Verm right now, especially because you threaten super effective damage into Toxapex, you threaten super effective damage into Skeledirge as well. And depending on what's in the back, it could be scary because there could be an Incense Switch, which would make sense here. I think an Incense Switch is going to come in here. Yep. So this does pressure if they do go for a Psychic into this. Let's see if we have a Mega. Obviously, yeah. You kind of really want to do this. It doesn't really matter too much without a Guard Chop. But you still want to get your Mega, especially when it comes for Delphox. You're not really holding on to anything if you do it. And yep, that's the read. That was a good read. And then we might have a Shadow Ball into this Delphox from the Skeledirge if it can hold on here. Definitely can hold on pretty comfortably thanks to that berry. If it didn't have that berry, it would definitely be down. But let's see what's coming into this Basque here, or this Delphox. I assume a Shadow Ball. Ooh, yeah, that Life Orb recoil plus Wave Crash does a lot of damage. Shadow Ball into the Basque. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot, actually. This gets rid of the Last Respect Sweeper at the end of the game. And Delphox does nothing except for sit there, and you can threaten Fake Out for the next turn. Really, really good play overall from Oz here. But I don't think it's over just yet. I think this is just a harsh first turn. And now you have Sneasler on the field, which is a faster Fake Out than the Incineroar. So there could be a bit of a mind game here between Verm's Sneasler and the Incineroar on Oz's side. You could just not go for Fake Out and go straight for a close combat. You could go for Heat Wave if you wanted to on Delphox, or try to pivot out, but I don't think you want to do that just yet. There is more of a balanced play. Okay, so we're going for Fake Out right at the start here. So that saves a Fake Out going into Delphox, taking out the safe play. There's a very safe play. You take out the Skeledirge, even the Pokemon count, and now you are looking pretty good. Let's see what's in the back. Because Pyroar, okay. Pyroar is interesting. I don't believe this Sneasler can outspeed this Pyroar just yet until it gets the Intimidate drop. So there could be call here to either swap out Sneasler or somehow proc the White Herb if it is White Herb. But if it's not White Herb, if it's Sash, that'd be great. I don't think it's Sash, though. I highly doubt it. But the Pyroar does naturally outspeed Sneasler. Doesn't outspeed Delphox, but you got Incineroar covering you on that end for some Dark Slayer out of Throat Chop into the Delphox slot. It could be a switch here too if we are predicting a Dark type attack. No switches. Okay, we're going right into it. Here comes that Mega Pyroar. It's got that sour cream looking mane. I still don't like it, but you know what? It's not the worst, I suppose. Okay, yep. Okay, that does a lot of damage. It's probably going to be an overheat coming out from this into Heat Wave. Who does it miss? Oh, that's huge. Oh no. If this is a close combat into the Incineroar, that's going to let the Sneasler outspeed the it's into the Pyroar. Okay, speed doesn't matter really anymore. So but if this, where is this Incineroar targeting? If it's into the Delphox, it could take it out with a Throat Chop or a Darkest Lariat. Does it hang on? No, it does not. That's a big loss now for this last Toxapex. Or into the Toxapex. You're not going to be able to do much with Sneasler. You're not going to be able to do much with Well, let's see what the last one is. Gambit. Ooh. Okay. So this is, we've seen this in game before. We have seen it in games like this before. I believe we've seen this with Wolf at in AIC. We've seen how this can go down. I do think this does favor Verm, but it is not over just yet. The full health on the Sneasler is worrying though, because you cannot toxic Sneasler. It is a poison type. You can't toxic it. You can't toxic the Gambit either. Gambit goes for protect. I'm guessing predicting a little bit of a flare blitz into it, and close combat's likely to go into the Incineroar. This makes complete sense. Yeah. So the little Toxapex, I don't think it can. This has been some really good reads from Verm here to stay in this game. I just, like, unless this Toxapex is like the greatest Toxapex to ever Toxapex, I don't see how you can survive the onslaught of King Gambit and Sneasler here. So I do think this is going to be a wrap on this game, but we'll see if they decide to play it out. I think most of the time in draft we have been trying to play out our games, even just to, like, scout out information, think about the next game. It does come into that. There could be some adjustments this upcoming game for Oz. I don't know if I like the lead that we had. It felt a bit too passive to have Toxapex lead into this team for now, but that's for next game. I do feel like there's a lot of threats to the Toxapex that aren't the Delphox, just from the Gambit, really. It's really hard to tell. I mean, it's just a lot of damage. That doesn't do a lot of damage, but what do you do against Kowtow? I mean, you could even just start setting up with, if there. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Infestation, like, you got double infestation here. You're gonna get your Bane. You're gonna get leftovers. Is this leftovers? It should be leftovers, right? Okay, leftovers healing. You'll probably Baneful Bunker next turn. There's no reason not to go for it. But what are you? How do you survive the next double up? Sneasler is about to probably get freed from the infestation. I think this is over. However, I do think, oddly enough, that there is a good idea. Might just be fair enough. Might just be to have the Mamoswine come in next game. Mamoswine, and even I don't think Hawlucha does much. It does threaten super effective into King Gambit. It does threaten super effective into Sneasler. It's just the Mega Delphox here putting a lot of pressure on top of this team. So this is probably where the casters figure out where to really talk about things. It's the end game of an Apex snare, but it does look like that's probably about to come to an end. And that looked like a critical hit to me as well. Yeah, this is about to be over with game one going to Verm. So well done to both of our players so far. I think there was a very strong start, and taking out the Basque was really well done by Oz. But it just ended up that I don't think Toxapex did too much yet. In this next game, I do believe that this can be a good opportunity to rethink what your leads could be. Basque is scary into Mamo, which is like the big scary part. Delphox is also really scary into Mamo as well. This is tough. We've seen Psychic come out, we've seen Heatwave come out and Protect. This is like a very basic Mega Delphox. The Pyroar had Heatwave instead of Overheat. That does make sense to me. I do think that's a good idea. Just so you don't neuter your own damage because you don't have a Sunsetter on this team. So I do like that. I do like that a lot. I think this next game might come down to pivoting Incineroar in just that bit cleaner. So let's see what we have for the leads here coming from Oz. First, we have Mamo and Hawlucha. Okay. Two of the adjustments I was actually talking about. And Gambit Basque. Okay, Gambit is immediately threatened here. There is almost nothing that this Gambit can really do against either of these Pokemon except for Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch Aqua Jet into the Mamoswine could be a very scary play from Verm. I don't know what is on the Hawlucha, unfortunately, but just based on actual knowledge, I can kind of assume what is on our left player's side here, Verm. So we'll see what we have. You could also technically Ice Shard if you want to get around Sucker Punch. That would deny priority, but it still puts you at risk for Wave Crash or Aqua Jet. So let's see what we got. Gambit protects, okay. Safe play, no suckers. High horsepower into the Bask. Woo, big call, big call. I do believe Hawlucha has... Whoa, what the... Oh my god, Assurance? That's awesome. No, that's really cool. I don't think the extra damage from it already taking damage was necessary for Assurance to KO there, but that is a fantastic way to start some damage off strong. Oh, Gengar. Gengar is interesting. I don't know what it does here at all. I don't really know, because this is... Oh, Verm hasn't updated their sheet yet. I need to... Okay, I'm calling Verm out right now on on the board. So please update that. So it is Mega Gengar. I thought it was. I wasn't sure. Okay, so they're trapped. But do you care? Sucker Punch. That's resisted. Yeah. High horsepower into the Gengar. Oh, man. Oh man, the adjustments from Oz here with this are so good. I was thinking that this could be like the way to go. And Oz has taken out 3 Pokemon in 2 turns. And I don't know if that critical hit was necessary. It might have been. It very well might have been. I don't know how strong. Oh, okay, and we're forfeiting. We don't even get to see what's in the back. That was a very decisive victory here. But we're going into game 3. Does Oz bring the same stuff? Does Verm bring the same stuff? I just don't think that Mega Gengar does anything. I don't like the Mega Gengar here. I think that it would have been much better if Delphox came. Even with the Assurance. I highly doubt the Assurance would have KO'd Delphox unless it was an Ice Shard into the Delphox. First, and then Assurance, and if that's Scarf, but we know it's not Scarf. We know it's probably Focus Sash, if I had to take a guess. But the Mamo could be Focus Sash as well, so we'll have to ask Oz afterwards. But we're going to be getting on into Game 3 here. For reference, the leads last time from Verm were Gambit and Bask, and from Oz were Mamo and Hawlucha. So we have seen every single Pokemon except for the Altaria in this match so far. So lots of variety on board today. I really like it. So let's see what we got here. Into our game 3. This will decide it. If Verm can win this game, they put themselves back up into playoff contention. Or if Oz wins it, keeps it. Mamo Hawlucha again, so sticking with the same leads. Let's see if we have any adjustments. Sneasler Bask. Okay. I think this is slightly better for Verm just because of the fake out pressure. However, you're not living the high horsepower here. And if you want to cover a fake out for a switch into Delphox, if there is a Delphox, the Assurance will probably do about half health to the Delphox. She's not the most bulky mon, unfortunately. But at the very least, you're fast. But you are weak to both things here still. Oh, a switch! A switch, what do we got? Into Toxapex. Okay, I like the Toxapex switch. This is neat. Fake out into Hawlucha. Very safe. Oh, oh, that's dangerous. Oh, I didn't realize this was Poison Touch. Okay, so it is not Unburdened Sneasler, so there is no White Herb on it. Wave Crash. Safe play. Safe play. That did a lot of damage. That's just the power of Life Orb, though. Ooh. And we need to figure out the speed tiers here. I do believe that Sneasler is naturally faster, but we need to see how much they invest into bulk here. That poison is going to tick up, though. That is a lot of damage. I would be a little spooked by that. Wave Crash was fat. It's gonna depend on this. You gotta take out the Halucha here if you're a Verm. You gotta preserve your Halucha here if you're Oz. I think you hopefully have something better in the back that can take a Wave Crash or a close combat. But unless it's Skeledirge, I don't see that happening, and that would mean no Mega, no switches. Okay. Assurance into the Basque does 31%. Let's see what this Wave Crash is going into. Into the Halucha? Yep, Halucha is gone. And we'll see what this... I assume an Infestation or Toxic into the Vascular Legion. An Infestation would kill it. An Infestation would take out if it is targeting into this Basque. Oh, they got the Basque target. Okay, so Amon for Amon. I think the trade does favor... I think it favors Oz here. Getting rid of Basque early is nice. You have a much safer switch in for your Mamoswine now. This might be a Choice Scarf Mamo. Now that I think about it. I don't think it is, though. Maybe it is. It didn't use another move last. No Mega. No Mega. Okay. And Delphox. Okay. So, we know Shadow Ball probably doesn't take out Delphox. Delphox is especially bulky. We know enough that there is not a Mega Gengar in the back. It could be King Gambit. King Gambit is neutral into this. So let's see what's coming in here. King Gambit, yep, okay. King Gambit in the back. We're going to see a Mega here. Oh no. We'll see what I missed. Okay, so we had a Mega coming from Delphox. Skeledirge and Toxapex were on the field. We're going to see what happens here. Sorry, I don't know. My internet is not cutting out at all, so this is a little strange. So we'll see what happens. I'll try to infer as best as I can. Sorry about that. I would assume Shadow Ball into the Delphox doing a bit of damage, potentially a Protect or a Baneful Bunker from the Toxapex, or an Infestation into the Sneasler slot, or Toxic slot into the Delphox slot. King Gambit took a lot of damage. Okay, so it must have been a Torch Song into the King Gambit. I believe an Infestation happened, or a Protect happened on the Delphox's end, or a Baneful Bunker. So, but we know for sure a Torch Song went into the King Gambit. Putting that, that puts it at +1. Oh, that's big actually. But you do have Sucker Punch pressure from the King Gambit. But that does put it a lot more in range of a Psychic or a Shadow Ball into the Delphox. I do believe that probably KOs. Psychic into Toxapex. Oh, Toxapex lives on 8. No, and there was no Sucker Punch. It's a Kowtow. It's gonna be a Kowtow into that slot. I don't think that crit mattered. But it's big. It's a big tool missing. Kowtow cleave into the pecs. Into the pecs. Okay. Can Sneasler Gambit pull this off? If there's two mons that you would think can pull it off, it's these two. It all depends on the speed tiering here. There's two 100% Pokemon on that end, and once you take out Gambit, this game's pretty much over. It really just depends on how you do this here. I think this Mamoswine might be Choice Scarf, which could make it faster than the Fake Out into the... Okay, are we going to see a Sucker Punch into... A Poison Touch, okay. A Poison Touch into them. Sucker Punch into the... It lives. It's probably going to go into that slot too. Torch Song, yep. Okay, we got Sneasler, Mamo, and Skeledirge. I mean, the odds are really much in Oz's favor right now, can't lie. But it's not over. This could be Sash Sneasler because of the Poison Touch. I could see that. I think you might want to cycle Protects here if you can. Or target into the This is going to be a big targeting thing. Okay, Protect goes first here. I think this is baiting out to see if Oz does a Protect on any of their mons. High Horsepower. Ooh, neither one of those. Torch Song. Okay. Oh, Oz isn't taking the bait. Oz did not take the bait. Unless Oz just doesn't have Protect on either of these mons. That could be the case. But this is where speed tiers will play out. If this is a... We'll find it. It's got to be Choice Scarfed. It's got to be Choice Scarfed. And that's going to be it. Yeah, that's got to be it. Those combat into, yeah. Yep, that's going to be game. That was really down to the wire. Really good play by both players. I really liked it. Just one little adjustment. Game 2 was super fast, but Oz moves on, I believe, to 4-2. So congratulations to Oz. But good job to Verm as well. You played really well. I think both of you did really well. So yeah. Don't discourage yourself, and keep on battling. That was really good. So GG's, y'all.